Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be taking a first look at S-Class the Wanderer, a character that is a favourite to a lot of people in the 5-star era, in the 6-star era. Now he makes it into the S-Class era. Visually, he looks like the kind of desperado. That's the feels I get here. He's got the long jacket, the hat. It's basically going back to his roots as a 5-star. I believe the visuals look a lot more like his 5-star than his 6-star version. His 6-star version, I think, just got a gas mask update. I'm not actually sure. It might be based on the avatar on the left-hand side, where you have the sort of neckerchief or the face mask, and it looks a lot more like the 5-star version than the 6-star version. I like the visuals a lot because he also mixes in like the body armor as well. He's got the body armor over the shoulders and the chest, just to stop the walkers. It makes sense. You've got style with the desperado look, but you've also got just a bit of smarts with effectively the stab vest on the top. He visually just looks great. I like him a lot. When we look at him and his stats, with 30 veteran rings, he has got 3,871 attack, 4,780 defense and 3,527 HP. He is considered a tank, and of course he is a fast character, as we see him holding that little jaggedy dagger in his hand. Now if we go across to his rush, it's called Fall in Line. It's a 76 AP cost rush. Deal 850% damage to a line of enemies. Those enemies get taunt for 3 turns. Up to 3 enemies get impair, and minus 40 AP for 2 turns. So pretty interesting rush. As much as he is considered a tank, he's mainly going to be doing damage with his rush. 850% to a line of enemies is a lot. His attack stat is quite low, so it is, I guess, countered by the fact that this attack stat is so high. I wouldn't necessarily see him as a damage dealer with this. It's more about the taunt. He can taunt 2 characters for 3 turns, which is a very, very long taunt. If he was to naturally keep the cycle of his rush going, he could effectively lock those 2 characters in a line, which is very powerful indeed. Those characters getting impaired for 2 turns means that for the first 2 turns of their taunt, they will not gain any AP, and they will also get minus 40 AP taken away from them. So that means that when they finally do get to attack on turn 3, they're already going to be minus 40 AP of where they started, and that last attack is just going to get them back to where they were. Okay, so we are coming up against the Wanderer on turn 3, natural rush time. I have just done some basic attacks just to make sure I daze him, just so he watches rush this time around. I'm going to hit defend on the characters that are still remaining, and you're going to see his rush come through. Shane will absorb a lot of the damage, but that's what is the most important thing. The 2 characters getting taunted for 3 turns obviously is extremely powerful, and I think if we were just to get the cycle to go round, he should get it up within 2 turns again. He might go for the same line. Let's see if I can just keep that line healed. I have put an absolute defense weapon in his hands, just FYI. That's why he is getting some absolute defense, and that would be very useful in his hands with the taunted attacks. And oh, he actually just did get neutralized by Glenn. That's actually kind of interesting. That's interesting because he taunted Glenn. He couldn't do his rush this turn. That was a little counter for you. But what we're going to do is we're just going to line up the attacks here on Aaron. Same situation, and he'll do it up top. And that's the little counter that you can see coming in, is if there is a neutralized character, it will stop him from doing those rushes on those taunted attacks. So if you've got Kenny on attack, his specialist skill could come into use there. So quite a nice rush. He will, generally speaking, focus on tough characters over any other character. You saw both of those characters were focusing on Priya. She is a damage dealer on that team, so it's damage, and the fact that there was a trait bonus basically weights the attacks heavily against her. There was the bonus for me where Glenn was in that line, so you could potentially do that yourself. If you know that a character gets focused by fast characters a lot, you could try and put him in the same line as a Kenny, for instance, like I was talking about. So there are definitely ways around trying to combat this so that he doesn't get the chain going, but it is extremely powerful. He could potentially have impair resist, and that would make it so that he would resist neutralize, but 3-turn taunt is generally a lock. Now if we go across to the active skill, it is elusive and AP gain. It has got an initial cooldown of 1, cooldown of 4, number of uses 5. We're starting to see this quite regularly now where the cooldown's really quick, the initial cooldown, but then the cooldowns afterwards are actually quite slow. So it's quick to get off, but then to get again, it takes a bit of time. This character and 2 other teammates get elusive for 2 turns. This character gains 40% AP. This is actually quite nice and works with his taunt really well. Obviously, he's going to not give away AP. Even though he does impair with his rush, it will make it so there's no AP gained on the sort of open turn, because it's a 3-turn taunt, 2-turn impair. That is actually pretty good. However, the 40% AP is not going to be enough AP for him to get a natural turn 3 rush without being commanded or attacked. Because he has got a 76 AP, that's going to give him like 30, 31 AP. The max he can get from AP on attack without having a leader bonus with AP on attack is only 42. So he's not going to be able to get that 76. The first rush round, he could potentially have 1 8% weapon in the team, for instance, a Rick. But any other rushes past that is basically not going to be the case. However, once the taunt loop starts coming in, he is guaranteed to get 5 AP every single time he is attacked. Guaranteed. And he's going to be attacked 6 times in those 3 turns. So that's going to be a guaranteed 30 AP, and that's going to make up for the loss of AP on this active. Okay, so we're going to attack again, and this time against a bit more of a fully fledged team. I'm going to Daze Lee because I would see his active as being a bit more worrisome, and we're just going to do some extra attacks onto the Aaron lead here. You will see the active go off on Wanderer here, and you can see that he gets elusive and he gives it to 2 other teammates. You can see Jackie, Aaron and the Wanderer all have elusive. However, I will line up some more attacks and you'll see that he just won't get enough AP to get his rush naturally for turn 3. He did take some rampage hits as well, so that is going to be a problem. He needs an 8% weapon in a fast team like this, or from a Rick, for instance, as the command, to get that natural turn 3 rush. Once his rush starts going, like I said before, because of those extra bits of AP he's going to get from the taunt attacks, the loop will be actually quite fine. So for that initial rush, he does need a little help, but after that, it should be okay. I don't think this active skill is super powerful. It is nice. Elusive can be very frustrating, but a lot of teams have a lot of speed. I think Wanderer will work quite well on a team like with Marge, where basically on the first attack everyone's already got elusive effectively for 1 turn, because, or at least 1 attack, because everyone's got Guardian Shield. Then the Wanderer can actually bring up the real deal with his actual elusive to 3 characters. That's when it could be quite frustrating. You get through the Guardian Shield, you start laying on the attacks on someone, and then they get elusive and you can't gain any more AP from them. That is actually quite nice. And because the Wanderer is fast, he can work on a Marge defense team. Now you may have noticed his specialist skill already. It is Indomitable. While not stunned, whenever this character takes damage, they gain 30% defense until the start of their next turn, in addition to any existing defense increases, including prior activations of this skill. Now, I like Indomitable. It means you can't charge up your AP on that character too easily and still take them out, which you can do on other characters. If they are windows or if you've disarmed them, you can just charge up your AP, maybe get a command in, and then destroy them. It's not going to be so easy on the Wanderer. His base defense was good. It was the highest that he had. It was 4,780, I believe, and that means that he's going to get the biggest boost because of that. The defense boost is going to be much bigger. If he gets a leader percentage defense boost, if he's got a weapon percentage defense boost, it just goes higher and higher and higher. It's going to massively reduce the incoming damage he's going to take. So here's how I can show you how good the damage reduction on Indomitable is going to be. I have not attacked him at all. You can see he's got no defense boost. He has been dazed just by the active of Michonne. Now Michonne will destroy any of these characters. She is a direct counter to any fast character. She does immense single target damage. So I will be able to take out the Wanderer here. Just look at how much damage I do in this case. It is going to be 12,363, and that is without him having any Indomitable procs. Now this time around you can see he has got 120% bonus defense, and this is because he got hit 4 times. And if I rush with the Michonne this time around, he'll still get taken out, but his damage will go from 12,000 down to 5,500. This means if you do mod him massively towards HP and defense, just build up those stats a little bit more, he will be able to damage potentially, and there's no way most fast characters can tank any damage from Michonne on a single hit. 5.5k is legitimately the lowest I've ever seen her rush hit somebody. She is absolutely disgusting when it comes to single target damage. And the big bonus with this specialist skill is because of that rush, it will be forcing 2 people to attack him first before anyone else gets to attack, and he should get a 60% boost to his defense every single turn when he is getting taunt attacked. That is going to be very, very powerful. He's always going to have a 60% defense boost. If you've come up against the trader and he has a 50% defense boost, you know how annoying that can be. It is worth noting, however, that if he has an absolute defense weapon and he does absolute defend, it doesn't actually proc his specialist skill. He actually needs to take damage for this to proc. An absolute defense will not make him get a boost with Indomitable. It will just basically, he'll take no damage, no boost on the specialist skill, so it might be worth not having an absolute defense weapon in his hands. And that is when we actually come across to his base weapon, which is Wanderer's Defensive Dagger. It has 30% defense base, so his leading stat is getting boosted, 4,780, getting boosted by 30% is nice. A medium bonus to AP when taking damage is that upgrade slot, and then in the third slot is when being attacked, the enemy gets minus 20 AP. It's not a better chance, it's not a greater chance, it is just the enemy will get minus 20 AP. He is a guaranteed non-window. It isn't a percentage chance of happening, it is always going to happen unless he gets disarmed. So this time round on the defense team, I have got him with his actual weapon. He has been modded a little bit just to give him a little bit more survivability. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit some basic attacks. This is with just a team just to show you how the weapon works. We're not trying to destroy these 2 characters by themselves. And as you can see, everyone's got a little bit of AP because of the 8% weapon from Rick. Now, Tara does not have AP on her weapon, so she'll gain AP from her attack, which is 20, but she'll also lose 20 from hitting that basic attack. So she'll just literally go back down to what she had before, which is 5. Same for Rick, he'll go up by 20, down by 20 instantly, and he'll just remain at 7. Now Pete will go up by 30, because he has got a huge AP bonus, because he'll get 10 extra on top of his 20 base that you get from a basic attack, but then it will go back down by 20 again. So he should be on 17. I'm not sure about Kapoor, same sort of deal, but I think he's very large. And then Nick, again, I think he's medium on attack, so that's where the problem comes in. Now, I will not gain AP from the next attacks. It will just be minus AP. So as you can see, I'm not gaining AP because of the elusive. I'm just losing AP. All of my characters, loss. This weapon is very interesting. It also means he's always going to take damage on those basic attacks. You can see the Indomitable has ramped up to 186%. He's taking no damage. If you gear him correctly, he's going to take very little damage, and he could be a very frustrating character to deal with. So the weapon is extremely nice. It obviously can be disarmed, but it's a guaranteed control otherwise, and in combination with that active elusive, it's going to be nice. It's always going to be AP down. The characters that get taunted will be impaired, and then the AP would be drained while they're impaired. It'll be kind of funny, actually. Now, I don't see the Wanderer as being that really super powerful character on defense by himself, but if you have more powerful characters with him, what people are either going to do is they're going to have to focus on the Wanderer and open it up for those characters, or they're going to have to focus on those characters and let Wanderer just run riot. If he gets his elusive off, if he starts just running riot with the taunts, he's going to get a lot of control going, just opening up windows for his teammates. That's the main thing about the Wanderer. I don't really see him as someone who's going to be getting those takedowns. As much as his rush does a lot of damage, I think most people, when they get him, will get him extremely defensively, so his rush will not do too much damage. I mean, he will be coming up against offensive characters, so there is potential that it will still do okay damage. And you maybe could say it would have been better if it was something else instead of 850% damage. Maybe even just like 500 to 750 bleed per turn would have been a bit more dangerous. I don't know. But otherwise, I think this character is actually pretty nice. It's the Wanderer. He looks damn cool, guys. He looks damn cool. I would love to get this character. He is going to be part of an upcoming event, which I believe is going to be called the Wanderer's Gambit. More information on that event as it drops. I do believe it's going to be quite hard to get a hold of the Wanderer, and he should probably be seen as more of a promo character than an accessible event character. However, if you do get fortunate or you are willing to drop some money to get your hands on this character, I think he's going to do a pretty good job for you. I like his defensive stat balance in particular. Everything works together when it comes to his weapon percentage boost, his base defense, indomitable. The amount of damage he's going to take is going to be so massively reduced. And he's going to be a character that you're pretty much going to have to take care of early on in the fight, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But that's my first thoughts on the Wanderer, guys. Do let me know what you think about this guy. What do you think about his getup? Which Wanderer did it best? 5-star, 6-star, or S-class? Let me know down in the comments below. That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.